Reports are coming out now that Ben Affleck's going through a midlife crisis. Is there any life event this guy goes through that he doesn't make totally about himself? Page 6 today is saying that JLO is completely humiliated by the split. And one of the reasons why is that he, according to her, is that he completely initiated them getting back together and pursued her. And now with it all blowing up, she's really embarrassed. She's humiliated. And as a matter of fact, it said that she had put off filing for divorce probably just to get her bearings. I mean, chances are she's probably, everything's probably spinning out of control right now, being with her tour being canceled and her film flopping and everything going crazy. Everything's probably spinning out of control for her right now. But let's stick to Ben. People on Ben's side are saying what blew up the relationship is her business dealings that she got into. But again, that's a little bit hard to believe because he has issues with alcohol. So everyone around him is supposed to just never talk about alcohol, never talk about any issues, never talk about... I don't think that's fair. And people may have a different opinion. Personally, I don't think that's right. Here's the thing that's crazy about Ben. If you saw, and I'm sure you saw recent pictures of him, he's got the faux hawk. He's got he was wearing I think it was a band t-shirt. I think it might have been the Red Hot Chili Peppers t-shirt. And I think he's driving a motorcycle. I mean, he looks totally goofy now. I mean, this is a guy who's a big time movie star who's adored around the world. Here's a guy that went from being totally cool from all aspects you can imagine. I mean, he's a movie star. He's a mega star. He's got all the money in the world. He's got all the adoration. He's got a great family, great exes, great relationships, everything, right? And now he looks like a goofball. Like, what is he doing? Is it me? Am I the crazy one that's saying I can't understand it? And I actually used to like Ben Affleck, years back, when he was on his way up, and then it's like, I don't know if he changed or his true colors started coming out, but he's just a goofball now, and he kind of reminds me of people that personally, like in a personal setting, like people I know in my personal life that are like this. The difference with Ben is, I think when people are megastars like that and they're famous, we hold them up to a different expectation. We think that they might have qualities or they might have figured out life before all the rest of us have. And so you think that they won't do these dumb things. And then it's like, then you see them doing that. It's like, why? What's... I don't know. And I know people are going to think, well, he's got to see a psychiatrist, he's got to get counseling or whatever. I think he's just got to look in the mirror and get himself right. I mean, again, this is a guy that has everything going for him, and maybe it's going to continue going all his way for the rest of his life, and he'll grow old, and maybe he'll never realize. Maybe at some point he's going to look in the mirror and he's going to go, wow, I have it all, had it all, whatever else. I'm messing this up. I got to get myself straight, because he does have everything most people would ever want, but yet he's still looking like a crazy maniac. How about you're going through stuff? How about take your kids out to dinner, for God's sakes? But instead he's driving around on a motorcycle with a band t-shirt. And I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers, so don't get me wrong. I almost think it's an insult to them that he's wearing their shirt right now. But that's besides the point. I guess that's another topic. But maybe spend some time with your family instead of going out in public with a goofy haircut, with a goofy look on your face, and driving around on a motorcycle. Maybe I'm nitpicking. I don't know. And maybe it's because I used to like him. I thought he was really cool, and now he crossed the line by totally messing over JLO. And again, JLO's not an innocent party, and JLO's not an innocent person in this party here. But I mean, for God's sakes, but there's no explanation for what he's doing, and I think that those around him, would probably be better off getting away from him, because he just seems to be so toxic at this point. It seems like everything he gets involved in, it just becomes just utter toxic. And there's people in your life, I know there's people in my life that I try to stay away from that sometimes they're relatives, so it's hard to stay away from them, but they're toxic people. They're people that have drama around them all the time. There's people in my life, again, relatives that I try to stay away from, but relatives you can only stay so far away from that there's always drama around them. And no matter what they do, who they're involved with, there's drama. And Ben seems to be one of those people that it's just no matter what happens with them, there's craziness around him, and there's drama, and there's hurt feelings, and and it all centers around him. And it's something that I don't think he even realizes or cares to realize. And one of the problems might be too is, in my opinion, I think that he's got a close relationship with his mom, and I think he's actually lucky for that. I think if for anyone that's got a close relationship with their parents, I think they're lucky, and I envy them to a degree for that, and I think that's really cool. What might be happening is his mom might be just as toxic, or maybe his mom's a really good person. I don't know, but she might be enabling all this, and she might be one of those people, and I'm not just saying a mom, that moms do this, people do this, friends do this, that he might come and he might say, okay, this happened, and she might go, okay, poor Ben, everyone else is wrong, you're right. Never really telling him, hey, you know what, maybe you're at fault this time. Because in my opinion, I think a lot of times with people close to you, people you care about, people you love, sometimes the best thing you can tell them is, you were wrong, and you gotta straighten this thing out on your own, or you gotta somehow make this right, as opposed to just letting that person always be the victim, especially when someone's constantly the victim, but yet, how are you the victim in every single situation? I just not completely buying that, and I guess today I'm a little bit just annoyed. I guess I'm just annoyed. I mean, I shouldn't be, and why should I be annoyed by him? But I guess, again, what I was saying before, I know you saw the other video, but where I talked about, with Ben acting like that, it's almost like an insult to the rest of us, because the rest of us work so hard, and he's got everything that everyone would imagine they want. And I'm not even just talking about superficial things. I'm just talking about in general. Like, he's got people who care about him. He's got people who love him. He's got health. He's got, people around him are healthy. His kids are healthy. But yet he's this destructive, toxic person. And I think, personally for JLO, I think she should just get the heck away from him and move on. And she's obviously, and if you saw some pictures of JLO recently in online, she looks just completely wrecked right now. She looks like she's been run through the ringer, and you wonder where it's going to go with these two, if the drama is going to continue. And what I almost think is, I just think that drama is going to continue with them too. I can't imagine them just making a clean split, going their separate ways. And even if they do, they'll probably end up back together. Someone made a comment too that I was cracking up on, is they talked about, maybe JLo's going to go for $1 billion next, and I looked at it and I was cracking up. I'm like, actually, I could see her doing that. I think that would be her next move, because it's funny, because everyone she's been, it's like half of the people she's been involved with have been just normal people, and then like the other, well, I guess it's not half. But I mean, you take like Mark Anthony and Ben Affleck are huge mega stars, and even Mark Anthony, it's funny because, if you don't follow him, I don't follow him, but he's a big star, and it's funny too, because even though it seems like, because he had hits in the U.S. years back, but he's still huge all over the place, all over the world. And his, I saw, this is a few years back, but I saw some article that talked about his income, his like monthly income, and I don't even want to say a number that I'm thinking that it was, because I don't know if I'm remembering right, but I just remember it was a ridiculous, astronomical number that he's making every single month, like well into the six figures. And I was just like, wow, oh my goodness. So he's a megastar. Ben's obviously a megastar. And so it's not like she's going over. It's not like she's just going after one type of guy. Like she's going after regular guys. She's going after movie stars or actors or whatever. it almost like she's kind of going like an upward swing. So maybe next one next guy she gets is going to be a billionaire. So who knows? So, and if she does, it's probably going to even be more drama there. But yeah, I don't know.